are you?
GMT Wells, I'm doing great. How are you?
Doing good. Long time. It's been a little while since we've had a chance to chat. I'm excited to have you on today.
Yeah, I'm really excited to be here. Thanks for inviting me.
Absolutely. Well, everybody, if you have not heard of Giveth, I don't know. We talk about a lot around here, and in crypto Twitter, you're following me or any other folks at One Hive. I'm sure you've run across Giveth.io. Head over to there now in your browser if you haven't, and you can kind of follow along there. Follow on YouTube. We'll be showing a bunch of cool stuff, some cool alpha from the project today. Lauren's going to share with us. Just want to orient you, GM everybody for listening and tuning in today. Let's get started here. So tell me, Lauren, what have you been up to since ETH Denver? Let's start there. I think it was the last time we had a chance to chat.
Yeah, I mean, since East Denver, it's a whirlwind. Me personally, I was at the Taoist in Mexico City, and then I spent a couple of months in Ecuador, and all the while working on a lot of really cool stuff at Giveth. Yeah, in the Giveth space and stuff, I'm really excited to be talking about today. Is many things. Like we did a whole makeover of our DApp. We updated the entire code base and just refined everything, and we combined a bunch of things to make everything lighter and faster. We did a lot of playing in the Give farm, and now we have something called Regen farms, which we'll get into later. And then we're also working on developing new products and new really cool things that are coming out for Giveth, like NFTs on Giveth, project curation so that Give holders can decide which projects get the most donations on the platform, and other cool liquidity solutions. So we've been busy. I've been busy and having a lot of fun too.
Sounds like it. Yeah, I've been keeping track there and been participating to the best of my ability. You guys have got a lot of cool stuff in the works there.
Yeah, it's been amazing. I don't know if anybody here follows our Twitter, but if you want to follow us at giveth.io, I keep people abreast of most of the hot topics, so there's most of the information on there. But we'll get a little bit more into it here.
And do you run that Twitter account? And do you run that Twitter account, Lawrence? You're the behind the curtain there.
Yeah. It's actually mostly just me running the Twitter. I get some feedback and some support from Griff, but yeah. I'm the magic behind the Giveth Twitter, among other things.
Awesome. Well, where would you like to start today? I know you had a list of things you'd like to cover. Is there some place you'd like to begin?
Yeah, I think starting with just a little intro of the DApp makeover. Wait, first question. The links are being shared on the One Hive TV stream on YouTube, right? So we can you're doing a screen share?
Right. So on YouTube, if folks are watching there, you can see everything that we're talking about live queued up there. And then we can also drop links in the One Hive TV chat channel, which is just a little bit above the stage here. As I've mentioned before, it seems like every week it's like, don't worry, there's a new Discord overhaul coming. But yeah, any relevant links we can drop there, and folks, you can find them there, ask questions, etc.
Perfect. Yeah. Okay. Well, I think the first thing I'd love to talk about is just the DApp makeover. We basically updated the entire Giveth DApp. We used to have these people, and the people were kind of holding signs and things, and we just with the help of Marco. I mean, Marco is an amazing Web3 UI/UX designer, and he did an entire makeover of the DApp, and we added all kinds of new features. And then while we were beautifying everything and changing the way it all looks, we also added a bunch of new features and little things for improved user experience. And and then also worked a lot on the code base side. So I can kind of just touch on some of the things that we added and we did. We don't have to spend too much time on this, but I'll just kind of give a little overview.
Yeah, go for it.
That sounds good. Yeah. So we wanted to add a feature for project creators to basically save their projects as a draft. So we never really had this feature before. It's like you would either create your project right away, but you couldn't really come back to it. So now in the create a project flow, you can actually create a project, add your description, and then come back later, check in with people, and it automatically gets saved as a draft. And so it's under, if you are in my account, you can for my account for project owners, you can see your drafted projects, you can see your published projects, you can see if the projects are verified, if they're listed or unlisted. Projects on Giveth that are listed are the ones that can be searched and they show up on the homepage, and then unlisted projects are basically pending review and don't show up on the homepage. So yeah, we added in those features just to make it easier for project creators to add their projects onto Giveth. It's like one of the really like central things to Giveth. So we want to make it easier for people. Um, yeah, and then also in like for the browser side of things, we also added into my account the ability to see all of your liked projects. So it's like if you're going through Giveth and you're clicking the hearts and liking projects, you can actually have them all saved within your profile. So if you go into if you click your name at the top right corner and then go into my account, you can click on liked projects and just see the full list of all the projects that are there. So if you wanted to save them for later and go back and donate, it's also like one easy consolidated place to see all your projects. So yeah, they're just a couple of small new features that we added. But what's really exciting is actually before we did this update, we had the GIVeconomy side. So if you like click on the GIVeconomy tab, the GIVeconomy side was separate. It was actually a separate DApp that you could like link between the two. It was a separate DApp from the donating side. And so we actually had our devs rewrite. I mean, it used to be, I think, in JavaScript, and now everything is in TypeScript. And so they rewrote the entire code base and they combined and merged the two dApps. So we like improved the efficiency and made everything lighter and faster and sleeker and just like way more better integrated. And yeah, it's like, it's so nice. Like it's working like a really well-oiled machine. Yeah, and it's something that we're really, really proud of.
I dig it a lot. This is and is sort of the sandwich or the hamburger navigation, the upper left, is that new or not? I know.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I like
Yeah,
that.
if you're in their upper left as well, you can actually see like if you mouse over, you can see the amount of give tokens that you have currently in your wallet, and then you can actually see like anywhere on the DApp the breakdown of give tokens that you're earning, your give stream flow rate on that chain, and then you can kind of link directly to those different sections. So
Ah,
yeah, we just like added a bunch of little things just to make it easier to like explore and move around the DApp.
I really like that cursor over on the balance that you can see your flow rate right there without having to toggle over to the stream. Very cool. I have a dummy wallet, of course, up here.
Mm-hmm.
Trying not to screw myself on that part, but very cool.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
and you're saying you made it essentially a lot easier to even just launch a project if you have a cause worth giving to. Um,
Yeah, yeah. We just made it easier so that like if you wanted to launch a project, I mean it was always easy to launch a project. If you want to add a project to Giveth, you just you can just click create a project. It's that big pink button at the top right corner of the screen, and you just fill out your project name, your description, et cetera, et cetera. But now we have it so that you can actually save your project as a draft, and if you want to come back to it later, it's like you can just navigate away from that page, and everything that you had created is already there. You can also see a preview of it after you add in all the information. There's the option at the bottom next to publish. You can preview the project and it'll show you what it's going to look like and like how everything's going to be presented. So you can even upload your photo and see if it's formatted well. And I think it really adds like a lot of yeah, ability for the user, the project owner, to just play and make it more beautiful.
I I really always
Yeah, so
liked,
it's like
yeah.
UI UX improvement, beautifying, and then we also like I think it's just also really exciting. We also did we created a fully automated test suite, so we can have like our code is like auto testing itself. So it's like when we're pushing new fixes, it's like they're getting checked, and it's like we really improved the code base as well, and just made it also easier for other dev. All our code is open source, and we made it easier for people to come in and build on top of it.
That's awesome. I mean, yeah, I know you sort of hopped in towards the end of the last hour right at the top. We spent a lot of the last hour talking about all sorts of the craziness that's happening with hacks and weak code and all that. Now, I'm not a dev, right? But Billy is. And so he has some good insights. And it's just really, I literally said at the beginning, I was like, okay, so we're going to spend an hour talking about all the craziness happening. And then we're going to talk about an hour why crypto's the future because of projects like Giveth that are intentional and really carefully taking all of these things into consideration. That's awesome. Great to hear. And I think people, again, if you haven't, head over to giveth.io and get yourself involved in the GIVeconomy there. You guys got an awesome new farming opportunity too, right? On mainnet.
Yeah, I was just about to mention that as well. If you head over to the GIVeconomy tab from the DApp, and then go into the Give farm. We actually just launched on Saturday. It started. It was actually a little bit of hiccups when we were doing the launch. We actually had our main dev was on vacation when the launch was pushed, so we had a little bit of like last minute multi-signing to make sure that the rewards were going out. But now it's live, and it's actually our most like our highest APR pool. It's right now it's got 842% APR on Give DAI pairs on mainnet. And this was actually after the end of a long, like since we met up, also since we saw each other last in East Denver, we had like some changes happen through the Give farm. We previously had incentivized a Give ETH pair on Uniswap v3, and had designed the program under the assumption that you would earn rewards proportional to the amount of liquidity provided. But it's actually people who provide concentrated liquidity on Uni v3 are actually also earning significantly more rewards than people who are providing full range liquidity. And it was a whole learning experience doing this, and it's all chronicled on our Twitter as well. If you search the Giveth Twitter for Uni v3, and so what we ended up doing is we actually stopped the Uni v3 incentives program because it had like totally disproportionate rewards for concentrated liquidity, and this information wasn't really widely known. So people coming into the pools who were providing full range liquidity thought that they'd be earning the same rewards, but like didn't have that information. And I think it's actually just like not very widely known that Uni v3 incentive programs work this way. So we ended up taking it down, and that's why we launched this new Uniswap v2 Give DAI pool. So it's like you earn rewards proportionate to the amount of liquidity you provide. And yeah, I feel so much better about it now in the Give farm.
Yeah, and that Giveth liquidity has been migrated over to Balancer, it looks like. Is that right? An 80-20 pool there?
Yeah. Well, the Give ETH pool was always there on Balancer as well. Okay. We previously had Give ETH pair on Uni v3, and we had it on Balancer. So we just shut down the Uni v3 pool we just shut down the Give ETH pool on Uni v3 and replaced it with. We chose a Give DAI pair because we wanted to have also some stable token liquidity as well for Give, because all of our pairs were Give Honey, Give ETH, all like volatile currency pairs.
See, I haven't toggled over to mainnet, to be honest, recently. I'm excited for this though.
It's the sickest APRs in the Give farm right now. You can earn 800% on your Give DAI pair. I mean, on Gnosis chain, it's still 500% on Give Honey pairs, so that's a really good one, especially considering on Gnosis chain you don't have to pay all the gas fees for the staking and unstaking that you do on mainnet. So that's also a really good place to put your Give.
I was gonna say if you're already on Gnosis chain, don't forget about these pools. If you haven't seen them yet, right? There's Give Honey pool on HoneySwap, and then there's a Giveth pool on SushiSwap, both with really nice APRs. And I always got to note, because people ask about this. The single side, what looks to be a single sided, it is essentially a single sided staking opportunity here. This also intersects with governance, right, Lauren? So if you're without complicating, if you stake your Give, you have the ability to participate in the DAO governance, right?
Yeah, exactly. So if you stake your Give in this Give or in this 100% Give staking pool on Gnosis chain, it's actually exactly the same as if you were on the Gardens interface and wrapping your Give to get GGive. So when you stake your Give in this pool, you're actually also getting the GGive, and you can use that to vote in the Give Garden, which is our decentralized governance platform that was actually built by OneHive.
Awesome. I'm going to show this back again, the healthy APR for the DAI pool. People on mainnet, this is the best place to be.
Yeah.
Not financial advice, but
best place to be.
Yeah.
No, not financial advice. Yeah. Actually, this is a good segue, though. We could scroll down, and if you switch over to Gnosis chain and you go to the bottom of the Give farm page, I would love to talk about this a little bit too. So if you noticed, the APRs are pretty sick in the Give farm, and the reason that we can sustain these high APRs is because we actually have the rewards earned are partially going into the user's Give stream. So the Give stream is like a flow rate of Give over time. It's kind of like a UBI, but you can a UBI-esque reward stream, but you can increase those rewards by providing liquidity, you're getting givebacks, et cetera, et cetera. So basically with the APRs are giving you rewards, and some part is claimable, and some part is actually going to the Give stream to stream over the next, in the case of Giveth, over the next 5 years. So it's like you have some part that you get right away into your wallet and some part that you get over time. And so this actually minimizes the sell pressure from offering the high liquidity rewards, and also encourages people who are farming to get involved in the long-term mission and vision of the DAO. So people who
Sure.
are using the Give farm are going to have Give tokens coming to them until 2026. So they want to also make sure that the Give token price is doing well. They want to see that the Giveth community is succeeding, because it's also going to be beneficial for them because they're getting these tokens over time.
Right, absolutely. You get to
So
use that
because we
unique mechanism.
Yeah, exactly. So because this is like such a cool novel concept, it's like sustain high APRs and align people in the long term with the success of the project. Um, we actually got interest from other DAOs, and starting with Shapeshift, who is actually interested in using our contracts and using the system to set up a liquidity mining program, liquidity mining incentives of their own for their own token. So this is the Regen farms. So it's at the bottom here of the Give farm page. And so we partnered with Shapeshift and we set this all up. So basically, a DAO who's interested in creating a Regen farm, they provide the tokens that are going to be going out to their liquidity providers, and then they get to, like, we set it all up with our front end and with our contracts, and we help them launch the pool. And so you can actually provide Fox Honey in the Give farm, and you can stake your Fox Honey LP tokens. You provide Fox Honey liquidity on HoneySwap, and then stake those LP tokens, and you can actually earn rewards in Fox and earn a Fox stream as well. So it's like you're getting liquid rewards and you're also getting a Fox stream, and the Fox stream is going to run until the same time, until December of 2026. So you can see there on the right side the Fox stream progress bar. This is like how much of your total Fox has become liquid, and you can see how much longer your Fox stream is going to run. And yeah, it's a super cool concept, and we love the idea of partnering and like building DAO to DAO relationships, partnering with other DAOs, and like offering them the equipment to set up these liquidity mining incentives. And then it's also great because it's like one place where people could go in and earn rewards for providing liquidity to support like a bunch of different favorite DAOs of theirs in the Blockchain for Good ecosystem. So we launched with Fox Honey, we launched with Shapeshift, and now we're working with Cult, who's interested in creating a Regen farm. They're going to create a Cult ETH Regen pool or Regen farm on mainnet. So we're starting to build with them, and we have a lot of other DAOs that are interested in setting that up as well. So it's kind of like, it's like you can ape into 4 good DAOs and earn these liquidity mining rewards and a bunch of different tokens all in one place.
That's awesome. Now, say again, what was the project that might be coming online soon on mainnet?
It's Cult DAO. So
Cult DAO. Okay.
yeah, they're actually a pretty new project. They launched, I think, in February or March of this year, but they have already a huge following on Twitter. It's really like fun and edgy, a Cult DAO, and they actually have it set up so that their DAO is, you can ETH from the DAO, and it's always 13 ETH is like each proposal. So it's like this kind of like culty, mystical feeling a DAO, and it's like they're really like supporting decentralized projects, decentralized for good projects in this space. And so it's like the DAO funds are going to basically just support the blockchain for good space. And they just did they released their token in February or March of this year. Their Twitter is actually We Are Cult DAO. I'm trying to open it up right now. Yes, so that's going to be Cult ETH is going to be the next Regen farm that we're going to be adding into the mix in the Give farm.
Very cool.
Yeah,
you got 2 things to look forward to on mainnet then, huh? Well, one is already ready.
Definitely. One is already ready. And I can explain a little bit more. So Regen farms, like the next question is like, I mean, when we were setting it up too, the question was kind of like, okay, but what actually makes this region, like why are these regen farms? And there's actually a couple of reasons that we decided to call it regen farms. The first one is actually because the DAOs that are able to create these regen farms, we create a forum proposal in the Giveth forum, and then the community has to vote on whether or not it's like working towards the blockchain for a good future. And then so you can actually on each regen farm, you can click the little question mark in the top corner of the card. You can see it on Shapeshift. You go back to the Give farm section, you click the little question mark in the top corner of the Fox Honey farm, and it flips over. The card flips over, and it gives like the little explanation of what is Shapeshift, and like how are they working towards the regenerative future. And then but in addition to having, okay, the DAOs are regen DAOs, the DAOs are actually supporting, with their liquidity mining incentives, they're putting a percentage towards supporting verified projects on Giveth. So, and if anyone's not familiar with Giveth, we've been talking a little bit about it, but I didn't really give like a rudimentary explanation. It's a platform for good projects to raise funds, and it's a lot of meat space public goods projects. And we have a system for verifying projects where we basically check to make sure that those projects have reputation at stake, have credibility, and that they're providing public goods. So it's like projects that are stewarding land, or that are feeding the homeless, that are offering open source development courses for free in different languages. So there's a lot of really cool public goods projects that are on Giveth. And the 4 good DAOs that are actually setting up these liquidity mining incentive programs in the Give farm, they actually send a portion of the funds that would go out to the Giveth matching pool. So the Giveth matching pool is where we're actually collecting funds, and we're going to be distributing those funds to verified projects on Giveth. So it's like we're helping other DAOs come into the Giveth platform, and we're supporting them in setting up these streams to get people to get more liquidity for their token and get people aligned with their projects long term. And then those DAOs are also creating a donation to verified projects, so they can be supporting verified projects in the meat space. Yeah, and it's a really cool system that I think that we've set up here, and it's like a really nice way to integrate in the space, I think.
Absolutely. Well, and to frame this sort of concept of blockchain for good and regen, like providing a system that not only interprets it or like provides a meaningful definition, but then there's actually a product there too, right? That can really help people bootstrap and combine liquidity. I mean, you look at I guess the Give token right now, between just liquidity opportunities here. You have this. I don't know. I find token pairing highly interesting, right? In terms of like the way that it bonds different projects together. So whether it's with OneHive or with the larger Ethereum space, now obviously with a stable coin, just very cool. I dig it.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, and so if anybody's watching and anyone is like has a DAO that has a token and they're interested in getting involved in regen farms, there's actually in the article that you're looking at, and there's actually a type form. I think I also sent you the link before. You can also scroll down to the bottom of the page. If you scroll down to the bottom of the Give farm page, there's like an apply for your DAO, add your DAO, and that link actually goes to the type form where if you're interested in setting up a regen farm for your DAO and your DAO has a token and you want to get involved in this, it's just a series of questions that are like asking for the link to the token and your Twitter and the DAO's Twitter and the website, and like what's the governance process. And if you fill out that type form, then I'll see it and we'll reach out to you.
Yeah, I dropped it here in the chat as well, folks. So if you're interested in learning more, OneHive TV channel, we get a link to the Medium article we had on screen a second ago, as well as a type form here. Yeah, so I think there's a lot of different ways you can get involved today, folks. If you're not already, either on mainnet or on Gnosis chain, right? If you're interested in participating in some of the farming opportunities, of course. Like I think if you're new to this whole GIVeconomy, I would just also emphasize, like, if say you are in a pool that provides yield and give, right? The best thing that you can, there's a lot of ways you can do that to use it afterwards, right? As far as use case, but I would definitely head over to the givebacks and learn about this dynamic. I know you've talked about this a lot, Lauren, but in case people haven't heard of it before, when they're pulling their yield, if they then turn around and donate a portion of that to the projects on Giveth, then they can also see some of that in return, right?
Heck yeah. I mean, I love talking about givebacks, and it's like, I think it's one of the coolest things that is on Giveth, honestly. It's basically you get give, we pay you in give when you donate to verified projects. So what a lot of people are doing, and what I'm doing as well, is I'm farming in the Give farm, and then when I harvest my rewards, I actually go onto the DApp and I donate some of it to a verified project. So the verified projects, as I mentioned before, are projects that we've checked out and verified that they are providing public good. So if you go into Giveth.io and you go into the projects page, you can actually sort by verified projects, and you can see a list of all the verified projects on there, and you can check them out and donate to any one of these projects. And then after you donate to one of these projects, after the givebacks round ends, givebacks rounds last 2 weeks. So at the bottom of the givebacks page, it shows you like what round you're in and when the round ends. After the givebacks round ends, you actually get give tokens back for your donation. You don't get the same amount of give tokens that you would have donated, but you do get a portion of it back. So you can donate in give or in any other token to one of these verified projects, and then we'll give you give tokens after the givebacks round ends. It's really really cool. And then so it's like you give and then you get give, so you can give more so that you can continue on this endless cycle of giving. I think it's a really awesome program. And yeah, I mean I personally love using my interest, like the rewards that I earn on my farming, to share with verified projects. Yeah, so you can see there at the bottom, we're in Givebacks round 10 right now. It's going until May 13th. So we're actually just at the beginning of Givebacks round 10. So until May 13th, all of your donations to verified projects will qualify in this Givebacks round.
It's a good time to get involved. Good time to get involved before this round ends and see what you can see in return there. I mean, I think one of the nice things I love about the projects UI is when you click over, you have the opportunity to learn more, right? And you can of course like the projects, and you mentioned that you can then keep track of that list. But if you're in the Give farms and you're active in crypto and harvesting that yield, just clicking over here and clicking donate, like it's very nice, very low friction. You click like literally 2 clicks and you can give. So really cool. I like that easy path in the UI there.
Yeah. Thanks, T Wells. I appreciate that stamp of approval. Yeah, I think it's a really cool system, honestly.
Yeah, and I know you got a lot of cool stuff in the
Yeah.
making too. Like I know there's some new features you wanted to share a little bit of today, or stuff that was related to Give Power you'd mentioned before. I'm curious to learn more.
Yeah, so this is like kind of alpha leak. I mean, we're still working in the design phase of this, so iterating on the design, but I'd love to just kind of share with everybody what's coming soon, or like what's a big feature coming soon with Giveth. And yeah, and we've talked about this a little bit before. When we launched the GIVeconomy, like the roadmap was completely transparent, and Give Power is really the next milestone on the Giveth roadmap. So I think I shared with you the link to the Figma. You could open it up. It's like really really alpha level. But the way Give Power will work is that when you get Give tokens, when you have Give tokens, you can either buy Give tokens or you have Give tokens from farming. You will be able to stake your Give tokens in what's essentially a single-sided staking pool on the Give farm. You can choose to stake your tokens and lock them. And when you stake and lock your tokens, you'll actually get a greater APR for a longer lockup period of time. And you'll also get a greater amount of what's called Give Power. And Give Power is essentially going to be like project curation power on the Giveth DApp. So I wonder where's the best place to send you to. You can
I got
go
the
over to
Figma
the
up on
left and you
screen.
can.
Okay. Oh, you see. Okay, right. So over
Yeah.
here, got it.
Head over to the left side. Yeah, this part's not quite done yet, but head over to the left side where you'll see like the Give Farm section, and I think I'm watching
Am
the
I on the
YouTube
right
live
part?
stream.
Okay, so the YouTube I think lags just a little bit behind our voices here. Like, is it on the Figma? I should be like on the top left where it says Give Power. It's a slightly grayed out, but it looks like a mock UI. This is the best spot.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
I think that's a good spot, and you can also go to the section near there to the left where it's damn. I think it's just too hard to navigate around the Figma right now. Oh, oh wait, yeah. No, it's grayed out because these were like retired designs that we've actually iterated on. So I'll explain. Oh, there it is at the bottom. You're good.
Okay.
You're good.
Which one now? What color is it?
So it's like it's not grayed out and it's down. I'll wait for the YouTube to
I
stop
got
lagging.
it. I
It's
think I got
below
it.
the grayed out section. And it's kind of like it's like a Give Farm mock-up UI, but it has like extra modals and cards at the side of it.
Sure. Is there a specific modal? I think I got it. I have Give Farm. Stake for Give Power. Is this the guy? These modals.
No, I think it's lower. It's lower. Oh, technical difficulties navigating.
Oh, it's
the
all right. See,
alpha
this is,
Figma.
I was going to say, folks, but the big idea is that you'll be able to lock up certain give to boost, and then the other was like a curation aspect, right? For projects.
Yes.
Okay.
So there's actually two sides. Yeah, you're close now on the YouTube. Yeah, there. If you zoom in on these like locking modals, it's like it says review at the top of them. Yeah, exactly. So when you stake your tokens, you'll actually be able to choose an amount of rounds that you'll lock. And the longer that you lock your tokens, the greater your APR, and also the greater amount of give power that you get. Then that give power will actually be like voting power on projects. And so you'll be able to distribute the give power to projects on the DApp. I mean, and give power is like you can distribute it to projects. It's not like a donation. It's like kind of staking on projects to show your support. It's sort of like voting on projects. Give power is like project voting power. So it's like you can distribute your give power onto projects, and then the projects that have the most give power, the projects that are liked most by the community of give power users, will actually get a greater amount of the matching funds. So you know how we were talking about the Giveth matching pool?
Yeah.
Like the give power will help distribute the matching funds. And also the projects that have the most give power, their donors will get more give backs. So right now the total amount of give value that gets sent to the donors is like 75% streamed over time. 75% of the value of their donations streamed over time. With give power, the top voted projects will actually get a greater percentage of give back. So it's like they might get 78% of their donation back streamed over time in give tokens. So it's really cool. It's like basically like if that was confusing and just kind of like throw it all away, at its rudimentary level, we're creating a win-win relationship between projects and give holders. So projects benefit when they get voted on by getting more matching funds and by their donors getting more give backs. And then the give holders benefit by curating the project because they actually start to earn a yield on those give tokens. And if they lock up tokens and they get more give power, they can vote more, and they also earn a higher APR. So it's a really cool system that's starting to come out, but I feel like I might have explained it in a confusing way. So like ask me questions.
No, this is really, I think I got the grok of it here, but I want to ask a few follow-ups, which is essentially, so about specifically the give power and the way it intersects with the project's curation. So is it the case that, users that have high give power, the projects that they have liked, right, those are the ones that are going to get the boost in terms of the matching funds? Is that accurate?
Yeah, so basically the projects, people like boosting a project is basically giving the project give power. It's like you can boost a project with your give power. So we're using this like rocket ship emoji for give power, and then you can kind of like boost and allocate give power to a specific project. So actually I'm in the Figma, so you can actually follow me, I think. Just like
I will do just that. Yes.
So I'm gonna go over Yeah, so you can actually go over to this side here. And so this is kind of what it'll look like from the project page side. You'll be able to like click boost here, and
Ah,
then you can give some percentage of your total give power onto that project, and then it'll be like, yeah, you did it. Okay, you're allocating your give power, and then it'll show like the project's ranking. So it's like the top. The project with the most give power on the DApp will be ranked position number one. And then it's like you can see like who's voting on that project and how much give power they allocated. And yeah, and so then this project, if it was like higher in the ranks, it'll get more matching funds and its donors will get more give backs.
that is awesome.
Does it make sense?
That yes. Oh, seeing is believing here. I get it now. So this is actually embedded on the project. Your ability to like use the boost that you've accrued from locking tokens, right, to sort of help direct funds to the best high performing projects, in a sense.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like the give token holders still get to keep their give tokens, and so it's a kind of like a new way to support projects. Like in addition to donating, you can just use give power. It's like you keep your give tokens, you stake them, and it's like you encourage more donations to that project, and you also help encourage more matching funds to that project. So it's like there's two different ways to support projects then on Giveth. You can donate and you can also use give power.
This is quickly becoming, yeah, one of the most interesting, I think, tokenomics ecosystems. I had never seen anything quite like this, and the fact that obviously it's integrated with supporting these regen projects makes it win-win-win. I love it. People, if you have any questions for
Yeah.
Lauren, please drop them in the chat. I know we have folks here that are very much familiar, but other people who might. We got almost 100 folks with us here in the channel. So anybody questions, One Hive TV channel. If you scroll up, drop them there. I've had to. We're still streaming on YouTube, but I'm not currently viewing that at the moment, so I'm not able to curate that chat at the current second. We had some bandwidth issues, but any questions, comments, please drop them there. And so, what are you thinking? Is this something that a little in the back half of this year? I know I know software. It's very hard to put a date, but I'm stoked. Obviously, the give power is you're thinking Q3, Q4, perhaps.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I'm hoping, yeah, Q3, Q3, but early Q3. I mean, I'm hoping really soon. I've been really pushing this project. I'm the product manager for this project, so I'm like leading the whole everything about it. So, working right now with the designers, and the designs that we're looking at right now aren't done, but they are getting quite close. It's like we're almost
Yeah.
onto it, and at the same time, we're working on the contracts. We actually have Sem from One Hive who's helping us out with the Give Power Smart contracts, and like working on how we're going to actually be like distributing these the Give Power projects. We're talking about doing it actually all on chain, so like we'll be able to kind of like track the Give Power for projects that'll all be on chain. But it's like we're still working out the best way to do that, and I mean it's really exciting, and it's kind of the next big thing that we have coming up. And right now we're actually like we're a little bit blocked by design. It's like the designers are working hard on it, and we have like devs on standby. Like our front end devs are like, we're ready to start Give Power.
That's an interesting situation to
So
find yourself in. I imagine most people
I
looking for
know,
devs to
I
do the
know.
work.
It's so funny, and yeah, it is really interesting. We have a great dev team. I mean, like as you can see from like we were going over it pretty quickly, but it's like with the new DApp updates, like the total makeover and making our code base improved and just like making everything faster and more efficient. It's like our dev team is just full of rock stars, and they're fast and they're smart, and yeah, and our designers are amazing too. It's just we only have like 2 designers and we have like 10 devs.
Marco's the man. Is he working on this one too? I know he did the original Giveth. Or the
Marco,
yeah.
yeah, Marco's supporting. He's still supporting and overseeing, but actually Marco's been working a lot more on general magic and the design for general magic. So he's
Right on.
trained Mo Sadie and Tossin, who are kind of two key UI UX designers right now.
Got it. Got it. Sweet.
Yeah.
Well, I'll look forward to
So
this then. We'll
yeah,
keep an eye on your
that's
Twitter.
the power.
Folks, Giveth, is it underscored
Yeah.
on Twitter? Underscore.io? I forget. Giveth, no, just
No,
Giveth.io.
it's just at Giveth.io. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, follow them, folks, for the updates here and everything we're discussing.
Yeah, and also like if anybody's watching and like has questions or comments about Give Power, like I'm totally open to receiving suggestions. Like I'm at Karmatic Acid on Twitter, and just DM me if you have any ideas. We're still working on a little bit of like how to communicate this well. That's why I'm like kind of when I'm explaining, I'm still working through like the right words to make it very clear to people. But I think it's going to be like a really powerful. I mean, it's going to be really powerful curation system for projects on Giveth, and I think it's really going to like help support projects in a new way.
Absolutely. Well, I know you had some additional stuff here, exciting news sort of in the works. Well, I guess, do you want to move to Angel Vaults, or what would you like to hit next on Giveth?
Let's hit the NFT. Let's hit the NFT integration because I think it'll be a little easier to explain. The Angel Vault is some chaos that I would love to talk about too.
Okay.
But yeah, let's touch on this NFT integration. I think like there's a Twitter thread about it, which might be nice to open up, and then there's also the forum post. So oh, maybe I didn't send you the right.
I think I got
that's not the right Twitter
oh, is this not the thread? Okay, let me see here. Well,
Oh yeah, I'll just DM it to you.
sure. Is it the I don't know how to pronounce this.
Point art.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got it. That's it.
Okay. I see the Ethereum Ukraine.
So
Yeah.
okay. Yeah, so Point Art is a super cool project, and I'll just give like a little brief overview of like what their project is. They it was like with Kyle Stargarden from Rainbow Rolls and a few other different people. They set up this NFT project that's supporting Unchained Fund. Unchained Fund is a project that's supporting NGOs in Ukraine who are helping people affected by the war in Ukraine. And Point Art is basically a project where anyone can upload an NFT. Like artists can upload an NFT, upload art that turns into an NFT, and then collectors can buy that NFT. But instead of the funds going to the artist, the funds actually go to Unchained Fund. They actually go to the project that's supporting people in Ukraine. So it's like artists can basically have the opportunity to donate art, and then collectors can purchase art while making a donation to a project. So it's a super cool project, and you can check them out on you can just check them out by searching poin.art. Poin is POIGN. You can see right there, poin.art. That's their website, and you can kind of explore it. But we're actually creating a partnership with them, and this is what this tweet thread is about. We're creating a partnership with them where we want to use their development, like we want to use their tech to support any for good project on Giveth. So we have a forum post open up in the Giveth forum right now, but basically the way it would work is like an artist can upload an art to any project on Giveth, and then a collector could buy that art. The donation will go to the project, and then the givebacks will get split in between the artist and the collector, because it's like both people are actually making the donation in this case. And we want to make this like open and available for all the projects on Giveth. And we've been looking at ways to integrate NFTs into the Giveth platform for a long time. And I think that this is going to be a really, really exciting opportunity. Right now, it's still like we're still discussing and hacking through some of the details on the forum. We actually have Santi, who's leading the charge on project management with that, and working with Kyle and how we're gonna set this up. So there's a few different like questions that are in there, like should the NFTs be minted on mainnet? Should they be minted on XDAI? Should we have a whitelist for artists who are allowed to create art, or should anybody be allowed to upload the art for NFTs? And so there's like a few unanswered questions, but I'm really excited for this because I think like having this like NFT layer onto Giveth is gonna, be really, really amazing for another different way to support public goods projects and to use like Web3 to support for good projects.
That's really cool. I mean, again, it's we were talking about Yuga Labs in the first hour and all the chicanery over there. And so again, seeing that same technology and working with these for good projects, it really makes me bullish on this. This is really cool. And so right now, if there's an action item, if people, is there a Point Art? Is it integrated with the Giveth project right now, or if they wanted to give, they would go directly to the project, or how can they get involved here?
Yeah. Well, there's a couple of ways. So Unchained Fund, which is the project that Pointart is using as the recipient of the funds. That's actually a verified project on Giveth. So if you check out the thread, there's a link to Unchained Fund in the thread, I think. Yeah. No. Yeah. There is. So you can find the link to the Unchained Fund verified project and donate directly to them. Or if you wanted to play around with this, with like adding an NFT or buying an NFT, you can go to point.art, which is in the second tweet in the thread, and actually like explore their site and give yeah. And if you're interested in the discussion, I think so yeah. Anyway. Unchained Fund is the project that's receiving the funds. Point.art is the site. Yeah, this is it. The site where you can actually upload and purchase NFTs. And then if you wanted to get involved in the discussion, like from the Giveth side, and like how we're going to be adding these adding NFTs for different projects, and if you just like have an opinion, like yeah, this is really cool, or like nah, NFTs on Giveth, nah. Like if you have an opinion in terms of like if you want to see this feature happen, weigh in on our forum. So it's our forum is forum.giveth.io, and this forum post is called using NFTs to facilitate new donations to projects. And then it's like you could also search Pointart, just search NFTs or Pointart, and it'll come up, and you can leave comments in there or any feedback. And we're super open to kind of hearing from people as to like if this is something that they want to see, if this is a feature that you would actually use. Like, do you want to buy NFTs and donate that way, or then would you rather just see those NFTs on mainnet or on Gnosis chain? It's like user feedback is really valuable to us. So let us know.
Yeah, folks, I got the forum post up here on screen as well. Put the link in the chat there. I mean, it's very easy to follow through this post if you're interested in getting involved and weighing in. I think the whole frame is provided pretty concisely. Would encourage you to head over there, as well as any of the DAO forums. Get involved. You know, if you're not already. There's a lot of opportunities here to contribute good stuff happening. Awesome.
Yeah.
And obviously, if you want to give to Ukraine, folks, definitely head over, right? Poing.art and unchained.fund. Drop those links as well.
Yeah, or you could search the Unchained Fund project on Giveth and actually donate to the Unchained Fund verified project and get givebacks.
Even better.
Another way to do it. Even better.
I think that's the best way to do it. Show that on screen too, folks.
I think so too. So and then so I guess there's one more kind of like big thing that we've been working on that I would love to just talk about a little bit, share a little bit more, because it's coming soon and it's in the works, and it's an interesting liquidity mining solution, like a novel liquidity mining solution. So, but it's a little bit complicated, and I'm happy to get into that if you like.
Is this on the Ichi front?
Yeah, it's on the Ichi front. So there's are you ready for it?
Yeah, so folks, if you want to follow along for this, because I know this is probably a little bit complex, what we're going to do is I'm going to post a link right now in the Discord server, and we also got it on screen, but I'm probably going to toggle over to some Ichi stuff while Lauren's speaking about this. So if you want to read the details, click on the forum link, and then I'll have some hopefully some helpful graphics on screen, but go for it, Lauren.
Yeah. Wait, I think the best forum post to check out is the one that's called Regen Pool, the
first
path to an angel vault. It may be much
Got
more.
it. Okay, we'll do that one first.
I think it's yeah. That's
I got the other link here.
The second one. The second one is the better one.
Got it. Okay, I got the one from Griff up.
Yeah, so great. Yeah. So basically we are talking about setting up an angel vault. And if you don't know what an angel vault is, I would definitely like check it out and look a little bit more into it. I think I could probably share a link as well, but I'll share it after I explain a little bit more. An angel vault is basically it's like you set up a Uni v3 buy wall. So it's like you provide like huge liquidity, huge buy side liquidity for your token on Uni v3 that protects the token from downward volatility. And Ichi's been helping people set up these angel vaults, and it's a super, super cool thing. You basically put, like, the DAO will put in 10 to 20% of their market cap, protecting the token price from that downward volatility. And it's a super cool thing. It basically is like you have a lot of liquidity for the token, and then it also minimizes sell pressure on the token, because it's like in order for the token price to actually go down, it would need to break through 10% of the token's market cap. So Shapeshift has set up one of these angel vaults, and there are a few other different groups who've set up angel vaults, and it's something that we've been talking about for a few months now, and a few months now talking about setting it up. And in order for Giveth to set up an angel vault, we'll actually need to provide both Give and a bunch of stable tokens. So it's like we're going to need to provide around $1 million or $800,000 to $1 million of a stable token, and we're going with Faye. Faye is a really cool decentralized stable token project, and the way that we're going to be setting it up is like we wanted to create something called a Rari Fuse Pool. And I don't know if you've been on Twitter, there's been a little bit of like fiascos with these Rari
Yeah, we
Fuse
talked about
pools in
that
the
one.
last days. Yeah, you did. You talked about it in the last hour.
The last hour, briefly, yes. Just the we start with wrecked capital sometimes.
Yeah.
Go for it. Yeah, sorry.
Right,
Continue.
right. Yeah, so I mean there was some hack on these Rari Fuse pools, but not all of them were affected, and I don't actually really know the hacks, but it's stuff that we're definitely looking into. But what we were talking about doing is like basically creating this borrowing pool where people would be able to deposit stable tokens, they'd be able to deposit Faye, and then earn Give APR, and you could earn. We're working on like what APR to provide for the stable token returns, but it's like you're basically putting in your Faye, earning Give yield, and then we would use that Faye to set up our angel vault and create this huge buy wall that prevents the token from going down. So it's like you are earning sick yields on your stable coins and helping to then protect the token that you get rewarded in from sell pressure. And it's really cool, and it's quite complicated, and there's even like some things that I'm still hashing through, but there's a ton of discussion in our forum on it. So this is this like region pool, path to an angel vault, and maybe much more. But it's been really interesting, like kind of going through the process, because like while we've been setting it up, it's like we've seen some crazy things happen with the Rari pool. Like just some weeks ago, Ichi had an issue with their token getting liquidated, and then they had their token price like dropped drastically. And it was, I think, because their Rari pool wasn't sufficiently collateralized. So it's like it's a super great lesson learned in terms of like, okay, like how do we actually parameterize our Rari borrowing pool? And then it's like I think it's amazing to see like what Faye's been doing, and in like trying to getting all the funds back from this recent hack. But I haven't followed like all the details on it. But it's like we've been talking about setting this up, and then all the while there's been like these interesting kind of like crazy things that are happening like within the realm. But I think that they're just like they're really like strengthening the way that we are designing the system to set this up so that it's actually like beneficial for everybody. And it's like I don't even understand all of the details of everything, but we've got a group of people at Giveth who are like working on this, and I think it's still a really interesting idea. But anyway, open to questions and hacking through some of the ideas about it.
We got a lot of stuff going on. I mean, folks, if you've been in for the broadcast today, there's a lot of stuff going on at Giveth, and obviously this last part in the Angel Vault is certainly the most complex. I know that Shapeshifted has done this as well. Like I remember following at the end of last year, they were experimenting with some stuff and had AMA with Ichi and all that, and really interesting tech. Listening to Brian, I think was his name, right, from the Ichi side, really smart guy, talking about the tech that they're building there and really providing these unique opportunities to manage, I guess, price performance in certain ways at the community level, right? Very cool.
Yeah, and Shapeshift's setup has been really good. Like their Rari pool wasn't at all affected by this recent hack, and their Angel Vault is still going strong as well. And yeah, it's really cool. And actually, we have like Willie from Shapeshift, who you know as well. Willie has been bringing a lot of these ideas into Giveth, and then like starting a lot of the discussions. And so it's like we're really going deep down the novel liquidity solutions rabbit hole. It's like because farming is one way to get liquidity your token, but it's like how else can we do it? So I mean, we're also doing a lot of really great stuff. Like token swaps is a really great solution for getting liquidity,
Right.
and like we're participating in water token swap with One Hive and TEC and Bright, and this is going to be really like a cool novel solution for getting like the index token and liquidity for
Yeah.
all these DAOs. And I mean, I'm stoked about that. And then like we're also doing like other individual token swaps. Like we did one with TC, one with Bright, one with Node. We have one in our forum for Fox, like Fox Give, and then we've got one coming up for No, like Gnosis token, No and Give. And it's like there's so many different ways to get liquidity for DAO protocol owned liquidity that don't require farming, and it's like we're kind of just like building out all these different aspects of it so that we can really support the Give token. Because I think, like, I mean, the long term sustainability and value of the Give token is like really central and necessary to our whole mission. Like give power in order for give power to be successful and give back to be successful and this entire roadmap, it's like we really need to be focusing on also like supporting the token in interesting ways. So it's like we're coming at it from all angles, and kind of like what we went over in this last hour was like all the different angles of things that we're building in order to kind of like support the overall mission in Giveth. So it's been crazy. It's been a wild few months, honestly.
Well, and for those you don't know, Lauren has spearheaded this whole GIVeconomy rollout, and it's been fantastic. Anybody who's had a chance to participate, I think, has had a great. I mean, this is all. It's so many new things in the crypto space, and it borrows so much from what people may be familiar with in terms of yield farming. But the fact that it's all aimed towards really trying to make the world a better place, folks. If you're not bullish on Giveth, I think you should be. Again, not financial advice, but if you're hearing about this for the project for the first time today, definitely head over to Giveth.io. And explore. Drop questions in chat, even if you have them like after the show's over. One Hive TV chat. Feel free to drop them at me. Maybe add Lauren, and we can definitely help you out. Whether you're whether you're somebody who's doing this on sort of a general user side, if you're a project that's interested in having a regen farm, etc., definitely dive in. One of the best teams here in crypto. Always enjoy having you on, Lauren. It's been a blast. We really come out. We're gonna come out of so much stuff. I don't think I've covered so much stuff in an hour. Gotta be honest. This is
We were well prepared.
absolutely.
Thank you so much for facilitating, T Wells. It's always such a pleasure to be here. You do such a good job of managing all the chaos, and just are just a delight to talk to, honestly.
Likewise, Lauren. Likewise. We're all in this together. Have a great rest of the week, and we'll chat soon. We got to have you back on when that Give Power goes live, at least for sure.
Yeah, sounds great. Have a great rest of your week, everybody.
Cheers, Lauren. And GM, everybody. Really appreciate you all tuning in today here on Discord, whether you're here, whether you're on YouTube. As always, 1HTV on YouTube. We set up that new channel a few weeks back here, and we're going to continue to post highlights, etc. on OneHive.org Twitter. We got a show on Wednesday afternoon on NFTs and gaming. We have our Spanish language show with music listening party on Thursdays. Miguel will be running that as well, and we'll look forward to hearing more about this water project you've heard about off and on today. Hopefully next week Paul will be able to join us and share the latest on all that. But y'all have a great week. Thank you again for joining us, and we'll talk to everybody soon. GM.